Mr. Secretary, I don't say this lightly. I have to say this on the record. I think your tenure as Secretary of Defense has been shameful and weak, and you should resign. I yield back.
Gentlemen.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to America Patriots, the place where common sense still has a pulse and patriotism never goes out of style. Before we dive in, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button. Ring that little liberty-loving bell. Smash that like button like you're trying to PT test out of morning formation. And drop a comment down below. It really helps us grow this community of folks who still believe in America, still believe in service, and still believe leadership should mean something. All right, buckle up, because today, we've got ourselves a congressional hearing moment that is equal parts dramatic, confusing, and unintentionally hilarious.
Goes back. Chair, and I recognize the gentleman from New York, Mr. Ryan.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you both for being here. We have all worn the uniform. We've all served in combat. We all love our country. We all revere our troops. And I really want to speak with you both, not as partisans, but as patriots. And I want to talk specifically about the events at Fort Bragg the other day. General Kaine, I want to start with you. As a junior officer, were you ever required to make a pledge of political loyalty? Yes or no?
Sir, as you know, we're apolitical military, so, no.
Thank you. At any time in your 30-plus years of incredibly distinguished service, did you have to make a pledge of partisan or political loyalty?
No, sir.
Thank you. Did you ever serve in any unit or command at any level where service members were required to make a pledge of political loyalty?
No, sir.
Thank you. And I want to commend you. You've been on the record on this, including in your confirmation hearings where you clarified, quote, "I've never worn any political merchandise or said anything to that effect." I appreciate that. That is the standard, and commend you for saying so and continuing to model that. General Kaine, one last question for you. Should soldiers have to pledge political loyalty to participate in an event with our Commander-in-Chief? Yes or no, please.
Sir, I'm not, first, no. I'm not aware of any time in history that soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines have been asked to do that. I think I'm
sorry, General, I do want to, just in the interest of time, I want to talk about what happened at Fort Bragg 2 days ago. There was guidance put out, and this has been verified by multiple independent news outlets, saying, quote, these are to the soldiers of the 18th Airborne Corps and the U.S. Army. If soldiers have political views that are in opposition to the current administration, then they need to speak with their leadership and get swapped out. This is swapped out of the event with the president. In addition, in an incredibly disturbing incident, there was a pop-up shop selling MAGA merchandise on post at Fort Bragg. And to summarize this, there was a commander from Bragg who said on the record, quote, "This has been a bad week for the Army, for anyone who cares about us being a neutral institution. This was shameful." If those are the facts, and I know the Army is investigating at least the MAGA pop-up shop, is that appropriate, General Kaine?
Sir, I haven't seen any of these reports. I'm not familiar with them, but as I mentioned earlier and in my confirmation hearing, the nation demands a political, nonpartisan military.
I appreciate you saying that and happy to share those reports. Secretary Hegseth, are you familiar with DoD Directive 1344.10? Political activities of the members of the armed forces?
Well, first off, I don't buy into your
yes or no?
insinuation
Are you familiar
that pledges are being done under this administration. That's
I reclaim my time. Are you familiar with this DoD directive?
There's never one time in my service or in this Defense
Secretary,
Department.
will you please answer
I'm answering your
these
question
questions.
where politics has been considered for service members.
Are you familiar with this directive? Yes or no?
Which directive?
DoD Directive 1344.10. I'm happy to provide you a copy. There's even a one-page red and green cheat sheet. Are you familiar with it? This is the same directive from when we were all in uniform.
I'm sure I am.
Has anything changed in that directive under your guidance, given what happened 2 days ago at Fort Bragg? Is there a new policy change that we're not aware of?
Again, I totally reject your insinuation.
Is there a policy change to DoD Directive 1344.10?
I know what you're attempting to insinuate, but there's
I'll
no
take that as a
policy
no.
change, and there is no policy.
Mr. Secretary, have you ever worn a MAGA hat in front of the troops?
I own plenty of MAGA hats, but I don't.
Have you ever
know that I
worn
have.
one in front of the troops at an official event? I don't
I'm
believe
aware
so.
of.
I don't believe so. Do you think it's appropriate for the President of the United States to wear political merchandise, including a MAGA hat, at official events, including West Point commencement?
The Commander-in-Chief
Yes or no?
can wear whatever hat he wants, to include the phrase, "Make America Great Again," because I would like to
you
make
think
America
that's-
great again as well.
So you think that's appropriate?
The Commander-in-Chief has the right, in front of his troops, to wear whatever he'd like.
Okay, I strongly disagree with you, and I urge you both, especially you, General Kaine, as we see an increasingly political rhetoric, including from the Secretary, to please, for the good of our troops, this is an incredibly difficult moment, and we need leaders like you to continue to echo the apolitical nature. I have 12 seconds. Mr. Secretary, I don't say this lightly. I have to say this on the record. I think your tenure as Secretary of Defense has been shameful and weak, and you should resign. I yield back.
Gentlemen.
I just finished watching Representative Ryan grill General Kaine and Secretary Hegseth, and let me tell you, it was a performance. I mean, I've seen less theatrics at a high school production of Star 1776 Star. So Representative Ryan comes in hot, talking about how everyone at the table wore the uniform, and how we're all patriots, and I'm thinking, all right, solid start, let's keep it respectful. Then, boom, the man pivots harder than a private trying not to get noticed during Barrett's inspection. Suddenly we're talking about political loyalty pledges like we're in some Cold War spy movie. And General Kaine, God bless him, sits there calm as a rock in a hurricane. He's like, no, sir. Nope. No, sir. Didn't happen. No, sir. The man is answering these questions like he's taking a multiple choice test with only one option. Straightforward. Professional. Exactly what you'd expect from someone who spent 3 decades keeping politics out of the uniform. Then Representative Ryan brings up Fort Bragg. Claims about soldiers being told to swap out if they disagree politically in a MAGA pop-up shop on post. Now look, if any of that actually happened, yeah, it needs checking out. Nobody's arguing the military shouldn't stay apolitical. That's a given. But Ryan presents this like he's unveiling the Pentagon Papers. Meanwhile, General Kaine is just sitting there going, yes, sir, haven't seen those reports. Translation. My guy, this is the first I've heard of your breaking news. But then we get to the real reason Ryan showed up with his cape on, his showdown with Secretary Hegseth. Now, I'll be honest, I like Hegseth. The man speaks plainly. He's not afraid to answer questions directly. And he's not out here twisting himself into a pretzel to please Twitter. So when Ryan asks him if he's familiar with DoD Directive 1344.10, you can practically see Hegseth thinking, buddy, I served longer than your talking points memo. And when Ryan demands to know if there's been a policy change, Hegseth shuts that down right away. No policy change. No secret orders. No shadow command of political fashion choices. Just the same rules we've always had. Then Ryan tries the MAGA hat question. Have you ever worn a MAGA hat in front of the troops? And Hegseth, once again, answers honestly, doesn't believe so. But then he hits the home run. The commander-in-chief can wear whatever he wants. And honestly, he's right. You don't have to like the hat. You don't have to like the slogan. But presidents have worn all kinds of stuff over history. This isn't new. But Ryan treats it like Hegseth just said the sky is made of pudding. And then, for the grand finale, he says Hegseth should resign. Like he was waiting all hearing for that dramatic movie line moment. I swear, he probably practiced that in the mirror before heading out. Now, look, you can disagree with Hegseth. You can think the MAGA hat is the greatest thing ever or the ugliest fashion choice since Crocs with socks. That's your business. But calling the Secretary of Defense shameful and weak because he doesn't share your panic over a hat? Come on, man. That's not leadership. That's cable news theater. Meanwhile, Hegseth handled the whole thing like someone who's been yelled at by a drill sergeant before. Calm, steady, unfazed. Honestly, the dude deserves an Army Achievement Medal just for not smirking. Here's the bottom line. We should absolutely keep politics out of the military. Full stop. But We also shouldn't invent scandals for political points. That doesn't protect the troops. That doesn't strengthen the country. That just turns serious hearings into episodes of Real Housewives, Pentagon Edition. So let me know what you think. Was Ryan right to push this hard? Or did he take a left turn into political theater? Did Hegseth handle himself well? Are MAGA hats the new national security threat? Because apparently that's where we are now. Drop your thoughts below, Patriots. Hit that like button if you had a laugh. Hit subscribe so you don't miss the next breakdown. And remember, here on America Patriots, we love our country, we respect our troops, and we're not afraid to call out political drama when we see it. Stay free, stay strong, and I'll see you in the next one.